The chairman welcomes Chef Douglas Williams. Chef Williams is from Atlantic City, New Jersey, and has cooked all over the world, including Michelin star restaurants in New York and Paris. His culinary style is defined by a modern take on Italian classics. It's a style he's brought to his own restaurant in Boston's South End.
I've been watching Iron Chef since I was 14, and now I get to be here in Kitchen Stadium, which is wild to my imagination. I came here to give it my all.
Chef Williams, welcome.
I have petit pois blanching right now.
They're very, very quick to blanch.
And then I'm going right into snow peas. You got quail eggs?
Got them. Got ricotta, grated Parmesan, and that dried split pea flour that we saw him working with earlier.
Pea gnocchi. There's no potato.
Looks like Chef Williams is doing a pea rendition of a gnocchi. I'm interested to see how that turns out. On the challenger side, Chef Williams has that pea gnocchi, and that's being sauced up almost in a cacio de pepe style, which is a simple sauce with pepperoni cheese and black pepper. And now some pea puree going in there. And we're coming up on the 3-minute mark.
Thank you very much. So peas, usually it's a supporting character to make it kind of the main event. Tough, not tough. I mean, we want to highlight it. Find that balance. It's so delicate, it's so luscious, it's so creamy, and somehow it just manages to amaze. Tell me the first dish you're gonna make today. So we're gonna make sweet shrimp tartare with snap peas and quail egg. Awesome, thank you, Chef, appreciate it.
Chef Williams, please tell us what your approach was to today's secret ingredient and then about this course.
This approach was trying to stay with some sensibility and balance of not only texture, but flavor. We have pea and shawarmushi. Shawarmushi is a custard cooked in a ceramic dish.
Okay.
From the Japanese culture, and it is glazed with petit pois on the top, pea flour, and Japanese cilantro. Please enjoy.
Thank you, Chef.
Thank you, Chef.
There's an elegant simplicity to this that reminds me of Japanese design itself.
In the bottom, if you dig down enough, there's pea puree stuck on the bottom. This is a very difficult thing to do because the shawarmushi is such a delicate thing to begin with.
Once I dug down into that, I can really taste, you know, the pea flavor.
Yes.
I love there's like a depth charge of pea at the bottom.
And you didn't overcook the peas either, so there's still a lovely crunch and texture to it.
They're quite raw. We had to pick through the small ones just to get
You
the sweet
actually
ones.
sized the peas?
Absolutely had to. Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yes. Hopefully it doesn't feel overly pretentious. We just want to show you the pure nature of the pea.
You hit on the reason I like this dish, and I didn't even know it until you said it. There's an essence of purity about this dish.
That's what we were going for. I honestly think that there's a spiritual thing to it when you make food with your hands and with some generous intent. You end up being able to taste that in the final product. The pasta especially catches a lot of that soul, and we want to keep that going. MIDA means he gives me in Italian, and we want to translate that into generosity, and that's the pillar that we stand on, from how we price our food to our portion sizes to how we greet our guests, and we hope that that translates all the way through the customer experience.
It's all happening in this stylish spot with big windows, a small intimate bar, and a bustling open kitchen.
You walk in and you feel like you're in a little trattoria in Italy. It's quaint, it's inviting, it's illuminating, it's energetic, and that translates all the way to the food.
You have an interesting one in how you found food with Crohn's disease.
I do, yes. I got Crohn's when I was in high school, and I decided to save myself through diet. And I said, well, how about I find out how to cook for myself? I'm going to need it for the rest of my life.
And in the process of teaching yourself and healing, you actually realize I'm really good at this. I need to give this to others.
Yeah, I needed to give it a go.
Chef, what do you call this dish?
So this is lobster scampi, just a few quick ingredients, and you can create something that will knock some socks off. So let's start off with just a teaspoon of garlic, teaspoon of capers right in this pan.
Great.
So that's just going to saute. Let's actually drop our pasta while we're talking.
Chef, this smells amazing.
You did a good job.
I'm going to go for the lobster, the capers. Yeah. Wow.
Manja.
Okay, manja.
So the pan is nice and hot, both sides are caramelized, and now we're just going to slowly add our butter to the pan. So now we're going to baste.
Okay. Oh, yeah, look at that. What's going on with the horseradish right now?
So the horseradish is starting to just seep into the butter, which is then they're getting stuck onto the steak, which is then they're adding flavor. Now, here's the steak.
Okay, now explain what's going on underneath the steak right now because of all the draining.
So we're going to go like this.
Oh, my.
Okay.
Oh.
So we want to let this rest for just a minute. now you can share that. And once you take that off your shoulders, there's a lot less hate for the world. There's a lot less kind of angst, and you just have this, you open up the love. And sometimes that's the only way you can do that, is by seeing someone else share in the same things you're going through. And perspective is the key to, just having that openness and finding that love. Those are the type of things we need to teach children. And those are the type of things we need to teach even adults, is independent thinking. Get out of what you're used to hearing and just pick up a book about someone else. And it is impossible to feel any sort of angst about someone. It is impossible. Racism is very easily deleted and very easily combated, but without education, you can't. It's impossible. Yeah. If you are a black gentleman or a black woman or a person of color that owns a restaurant, some people get the strange idea that only certain people can go to that restaurant or certain people can enjoy themselves if they're in a certain neighborhood. That's the biggest challenge, is getting people to understand that everyone is welcome. There's no sort of, strange belief that only people of the neighborhood, only people that look like the owner or the employees can go there. That is the biggest challenge.
They like him a lot. He becomes part of the family.
Past the meeting of the parents, I started to show what I was capable of. And I think that impressed them. It made them proud. It made them think about what possibilities their daughter could have with me in a relationship, and possibly even think about the prospects of marriage.
Deborah and Douglas get married on the waterfront in Halifax, Nova Scotia.